All right, see if we have any questions or comments here. There's really not much going on in the market, as you can see. DGTX not doing anything. Newmont Mining also, at least it's popping up a little bit, but not a, just very, very compressed here. Ali, RX, compressing. This is when you could trade it like a momentum. Let's see, RX. Yeah, I mean, let me look here. Yeah, it does have a lot of volume today. CRX, got a 48 million shares traded, which is pretty big. Float of about 250 million, so the float's pretty high. It's kind of like a Momo. I wouldn't call it a Momo stock. It does have high volume, but that's about all I can say for it here. It's a biotech, so MSTR decent strength. Yeah, right at the 15 EMA. Up 6% today. Pretty nice move in it. I mean, candles look small on the daily chart, but they're not. There's MSTR right here. Nice little move up here. Kind of trying to break out a little bit. And also HIMS. Also HIMS, Ari, weak, broke the 200. Thank you very much. MSTR, decent strength here in MSTR. If we watch the SPY just chop around, and Ari looking at HIMS as a short. I don't like anything here right now, to tell you the truth. HIMS did break the 200. It's got a 25, just about 60 points down from here, 60 cents down from here. It's got a support level, so just nothing going on here. I mean, if you're trying to find something to trade, it's a challenge. And just because something looks decent, like MSTR looks pretty good right here, is it going to keep going up? I don't know. This is a nice little breakout in it for right now, but it is exactly at the 15 EMA, so not a lot of room right now. MSTR options very, very expensive. It's trading at about 289. The 290 calls, which are out of the money, 375 by $4, expiring today. Big implied volatility of these things. Implied volatility is 163 on MSTR. Again, as I mentioned, the thing can move a lot. You can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money. Harry points out better off using MSTU. Yeah, MSTU is a derivative of MSTR. It's a double-edged, 2x, double leveraged ETF that tracks MSTR, but it's only trading at $4.95, and it will move twice, 2 for 1 on the MSTR. But it again also is right against the 8 on the daily chart. But the options are cheap. It's trading at $4.95. The $5 calls are expiring today, 10 by 15 cents. But 10-cent move is a fairly decent move in this stock. But you certainly can do it cheaply. That actually, if you like MSTR, that's actually a pretty good way to play it. MSTU, as Ari points out, is cheap, 10 by 15 cents for the $5 calls, and it's basically right at the money. So you're paying about 15 cents out of the money. Yeah, it can move. It can move there easily if MSTR moves, which it is moving up right now. It wouldn't be too hard to get 50% out of that trade if the stock moves. Such high volatility in some of these trades. The Newmont mining is down to $92 right now from $100.36 that I paid, and these things are bleeding and bleeding premium pretty fast here on a Friday. I'm probably going to take this thing off before too long if it doesn't make some sort of a move. Okay, see if we got any questions here on this very, very slow day. Shy, MSTI poking about, yeah, got that up already. Yeah, mentioned in the Discord there's a presser at the White House at 1 p.m. Yeah. Listen, any kind of, whether they're scheduled or not scheduled, somebody says something. This whole market is just news driven right now. Algos are looking for something to trade. Everybody else is sitting on their hands. All right, so what's happening here? Not much going on with the market. Market SPY is trying to drip up a little bit. Um, QA, is there a range where you consider an option to be expensive versus affordable? Depends on the spread. It depends on the stock. It depends on the ATR, how much it moves. Most options are overpriced right now, so that's an issue. But there isn't any. I can't tell you that there's any kind of a black and white number I can give you, or percentage I can give you where I consider them overpriced. Everything's overpriced right now as far as options are concerned. What do I do to occupy myself during LPTE? Run scans, look at charts, look at the option chains, look at the daily charts on everything, try to figure out if there's any advantage I can be taking in this market right now. There isn't. This market is basically just sit on your hands and look for stocks that if the stocks at this level in the markets that you'd like to own, you can sell naked puts on them to bring in premium, and then you can take assignment on the stock, but you have to want to own the stock. I'm not doing any of that right now, but that's one way to use this market because the volatility is so high. Other than that, if you like something long, you can try to use a debit spread on it. If you use something short, you can try to use a debit spread on it. That will mitigate some of the volatility in the premiums for your options. But right now, there's really nothing going on. Even straddles are not working well today. Straddles and triangles. I took one in Newmont. You can see what it's doing. It is starting to move up a little bit, but basically I got a 55 puts, 55 calls, but it's not doing much. TGTX drifting down, but not doing anything. Just not enough movement in the stocks right now to justify pretty much doing anything. RGC ripping up here. Ian mentioned this one, breaking out right here. It's a biotech. No options on it, RGC. A lot of volume on this candle right now on RGC. Very doesn't trade very much at all. Today it's traded 155,000 shares, so average is about 800,000. Kind of a very low volume stock. Spy right here, trying to bounce a little bit. Not a good day to be looking for lottos right now. Market's just not doing much. SPY's trying to move up here a little bit. Coming right up on the 8, gonna get fairly close to where the high was today on the SPY. High was 528.84, almost 529. The 8 exponential is 529.87. So that the high and the 8 are pretty close together. So after that crazy day on Wednesday, the market is just not doing much of anything here. Relatively speaking, we just got an inside day yesterday inside the Wednesday's range. Today we got an inside day inside of yesterday's range, and this is likely what we're going to see for I would think for probably a good long while, unless something newsy happens that's significant. SPY moving up again here now. A little after 12 right now. Market with a little bounce. But not much to speak of. TJTX not doing anything for me here right now. And Newmont mining also. Not, Newmont's moving up a little bit, but needs to move a lot more. MSTU moving up here, up to about $5, based on MSTR, which is also moving up a little bit. SPY still drifting up here. A lot of wicks on these things. Apple, nice strength, Ali. Ton of volume, 39,000 volume on the Apple CDSs. 425, 210, 220. Okay, thank you. Pretty big stretch to the 210, 220s. Gotta get through a couple of levels of resistance just to get to that. And a 7 showing a narrow 7-bar range. Yeah. Yeah, Ali, that's probably a bet. I don't know what they're betting on at Apple. As of right now, yeah, there's got to be some movement in the tariffs in China I think, to get Apple to move here. I mean, they have a lot of they do a lot of business with a lot of this stuff comes from China. That's to me, it's a you're betting that something good's going to happen on tariffs between now and the 25th. We don't, I don't know if we will or not. SPY moving up here, but at least that's a cheap way to do it with a CDS. Call that a spread. Apple, Walmart, QA, Walmart, Apple running. Yeah, Walmart's been looking pretty good lately. It's right up to it's almost to the 100-day moving average here right now. Very close to the 100-day in Walmart. Apple is, it's got some room, but it's right at the 8 exponential moving average. It's hard to take these stocks with these resistance levels. I mean, they got one right there. On Apple, there's Walmart right here. You get the 100 and the 50 wedged right in here, very, very close to it. So it's trading at 92.45. The 100 days at, where is 100 day? 92.63. 17 cents away. I mean, it could go right through there, but I can't trade something that's that wedged up that close to resistance. About 12.20 here. Market finally making a little bit of a move. Up today, SPY up today about 0.75%. Coming right up on the 8. Again, has not got a, it's inside yesterday's range here still. Not, I don't think a good idea to chase anything. I set my Newmont sell order at $1.40. Paid $1.36 for it. I'm just gonna see if I can get out for a tiny little profit because I don't like all this movement today. Newmont's at least moving right now, but we get 55 calls on this thing, so there's 60 something cents in the money. We paid about $1.40 for them, so we need a decent move here to make them up. And if it starts to move back again, it's gonna start. They're gonna start going back down again. Somebody who's happy. And when I go to get up and the dog to go to the bathroom and come back in again, he just lifts his head, looks at me, and just puts it right back down again. And then he leaves. Pictures. You look tired. You don't feel good. Malaise. Wanna go outside, big boy? Come on, Alfie. Come on. Let's go outside. Where is she, Alfie? Huh? Where is she? She's right there.
Decided that if all I want to do is lay around today.
What?
I decided that if I want to lay around today, that's all I'm going to do.
Why wouldn't you?
For me, that's unusual.
I know, but it's perfectly what you should do. You could sit out in the porch if you wanted to. It's with a sweater. It's cool out. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool outside. Hmm? No? No coffee? Alfie, you didn't eat your food, buddy.
Good before you.
You what? Eat your food. It's cold. Coming up on 12:25. Gonna be eating pretty soon for lunch. There's really not been traded much today. I did put a straddle on Newmont, and I'm gonna probably try to get out of this thing. It's moving up, but it didn't make big enough move, and now it's starting to drift back down again. Just not a good day for doing straddles and triangles. You got one on TGTX overnight too, which is just going sideways. I took my Newmont mining off for $1. I'm just going to take the loss on this thing. Paid $1.36, took it off for $1. It's $1.01 right now. And listen, it could keep going up. I mean, it could keep going, and you could be okay on it. But there's also a good chance that it could drop back down again, and only 53 cents in the money. I'm not going to just let any pullback will be kind of killing you, because it's barely in the money, just by 50 cents, and so the put's not going to be worth anything. And if the stock pulls back now, back toward the 55, it's just going to keep dropping. So I'm out for $1 on Newmont. Took 36-cent loss on it. Yeah, and was I concerned about this thing. It's just the market is just not a good day for straddles and strangles at all. So I'm out of this, out of the Newmont. Yeah, you could always get a move either way this afternoon, and it could work out fine. But TGTX is in the same boat as well. Just moving sideways, trading 35.67. Get close to $1 of intrinsic value in it, but at least it's in the money to the downside, and it does have some room to move to the downside. It's right at the 50-day moving average, and if it goes down to the 100, that's about 33.78. So I'm going to stick with that for the time being, but I'm out of Newmont. I think we got about as big a run up as we're going to get. It's got resistance at 56.14. Done with it. Yeah, market not doing anything here. It's made a nice little grind up here, but no confidence.
Remember some commentary by Financial Times says Germany warns against EU hitting big tech in retaliation to Trump tariffs.
SPY with a nice little pop there. $529.61 on the SPY right now. Again, the 8 exponential moving average, 530.47. 530.47. The high on the SPY today, 533.49. So we haven't got to the high of the day yet. It's way back here. Sorry, 529.69 was the high. We're at right high of the day. I was talking about we haven't got through yesterday's high. 533.49 was yesterday's high. Right at the 8 exponential moving average. Popping RX, Ryan. Yeah, RX has been very volatile. A little pop out of compression here right now. Decent volume on that. 1.1 million shares on that 5-minute candle. Trying to pop up. SPY moving here now.
Remember, we are seeing a little volume pop in markets. All three indices had or by day highs. See a little pop, some commentary in regards to this Financial Times headline as well. See a little action where in regards to Germany warning against EU hitting big tech in retaliation to Trump tariffs. We are seeing a little volatility with markets at day highs.
MSTU moving up here with the markets now. Again, that was, as I said, the $5 calls were about 10 or 12 cents when we looked at them earlier. It's getting a pop with the market right now.
Remember, what else we're watching in regards to market volatility, we've been talking about it this morning, is these yield markets. The 10-year yield right back to lows of the day now. Watching this TLT as well as the TMF volatility trading at day highs.
Ten-year Treasury's pulling back a little bit. Again, I closed out Newmont Mining. TGTX is starting to bounce up here. It's not what I want to see. Got 36.50s. It's trading at 35.94 right now. That's going to knock the value of that one down. MSTU moving up. And SPY, pretty strong here. Best move we've seen. Pretty much the news was, the only news I saw come across was Germany warns against the EU hitting big tech in retaliation to the tariffs. So I guess that made the algos feel good that maybe we're not going to have, the EU's not going to be putting big tariffs on techs right now. Anything that holds off on tariffs is market likes. Again, the 10-year came down, 10-year yield came down, which has been, that's been a little bit of a problem for the market, for the bond market especially. The 10 years going up like that is not, that's actually what caused the tariffs to be paused the other day. They went back to the original 10% from the original ones. The reason for it was, regardless of what anybody says, was the bond market was basically going up too fast. Yields were going way up because there was nobody buying bonds, and that puts the government in a big jam, because they have to refinance debt. And if they have to refinance the amount of debt we've got, and they have to pay too high interest rates on it, then it's a big problem, obviously, because much more of our budget would then go to the debt, paying the debt off, and they don't want that to happen. So they had to, the fact that the market was reacting to tariffs like that, they had to pause them to basically get the bond market back in sync again, which is what it did. SPY still moving up. MSTU also still moving up. TGTX jumped up to 36 here now. So again, that's a problem for these 36.50s, because it's now coming back up. I'm not going to do anything with them right now. Probably the proper thing to have done was to sell the puts and hold the calls. I didn't have time to do it. And MSTU has gone from 10 cents on those options to 20 cents now.
Members, that FT headline now hitting additional wires in regards to Germany's comments regarding retaliation to Trump and not hitting big tech.
SPY moving up here. See if it pulls back. TGTX with a nice bounce here to 36.10. Still below a 36.50. Doug, on a pop outside of compression, what percent of the time will it keep going versus significant pullback after the breakout? I don't really know. What I mean, it depends on, all of that depends on the market. I mean, with a breakout like this in the SPY today, breakout like this, we've got all kinds of resistance of just above here from yesterday's high. We got the 8 exponential moving average. So how often will it break? It depends on what kind of day the market's having. And all of this reverts back to the market. We've had all this chop. So anytime you have a lot of chop like this, any kind of a breakout is much lower likelihood. So, but to say, just generally say how often does a compression breakout work versus how much often does it pull back, I have no clue. I mean, it just depends on the day. You know, compression breakouts on a trending day are going to be much more successful than on a choppy day. But what percentage to put on that? No, I have no idea. And it depends on the stock as well. So, Joey took some profits in MSTU. Good job. 20%, 50%. I mean, nice. It's trading at 520 right now, MSTU. So again, those options that we talked about, they were between 10 and 15 cents. When we took the $5 calls on MSTU, that Ari had recommended using them in versus MSTR, which they work nicely. Doug, that makes sense on the breakout. Yeah, I mean, this is very, very hard to quantify. There's so many moving parts here that you're trying to evaluate. It's you just can't do it quickly enough to make those kind of determinations. I know that the SPY is choppy today. Now we get a nice run up here, and this is the news from the fact that Germany wants to keep the EU from slapping big tariffs on tech stocks, so tech equipment. So that the market likes that because it means we might not get slapped with a big tariff increase with the EU, which would be market friendly. We already got 125% from China. They're hoping we don't get a trade war here. I mean, this is those initial tariffs that were put in that they rolled back. Those were likely to create a trade war, at least temporarily, which is not a good thing. I mean, it's not a good thing. It's gonna increase prices. It's gonna reduce consumption. It's gonna increase inflation. Again, I cut my Newmont Mining. I took a loss on that. I sold it for $1. Still looking at TGTX. Not really thrilled about it, but it's trading at 36. We got 36.50 puts and calls on this thing. Again, I'm not going to touch any more of these strangles today. I might do a lottery or two later on. This MSTU is a nice lottery here.
On CMA, the CFPB dismisses case against Comerica Bank.
MSTU now, those options gone from 10 to 15 cents to now to 25 cents. That was a nice call out by Ari earlier. Mid 20 asked 30 cents on those right now. Will it keep going? Who knows? Market's still moving up here. Harry, MSTU and MSTZ have been working great for you. So Bitcoin fluctuates. Yeah, they're a cheap way to do it too. I mean, it's a cheap way to do it. But you know, you can take obviously a lot more MSTU calls than you can MSTR. Just depends on how much risk you want to put on. All right, gonna get ready to get some lunch here. No good momos today, Pat's Nation. There is no good momos today. I couldn't find any. There was one that looked decent this morning, MMA, but it didn't go anywhere. I get into it and get out of it. Took a loss on it, and I haven't touched anything else. Not a good day for straddles and strangles. Market is doing a lot of compression. We had a straddle on Newmont Mining, just not doing much. Coming back down again now. I'm out of that one. I took a loss on it, and TGTX, I'm still in, but we'll see what happens here. Got 36.50s on that one. Just put some calls. Trading just below that. Just very, very compressed. The market very compressed. SPY is trying to break out right here, but we'll see where it goes. It's right against the 8 exponential moving average. Ryan, use Fidelity, which doesn't allow same-day expirations. That is pretty frustrating. How can they not allow same-day expirations? That means you can't trade any zero DTEs on there, or you can't trade options on Friday that expire on Friday, which means you can't do any lottos. You can't even do any straddles or strangles on Friday. I don't get it. Is that true for everybody in Fidelity? It's hard to believe. There's got to be there has to be they have to allow traders to trade those. Maybe there is some criteria that you have to meet and be able to do that. Only if you have a small account. If you have plenty of money, they'll let you do anything. Yeah, that's usually the case. You have to have a huge account. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, a huge account. I mean, what's a huge account? I mean, if you get $50,000 in a trading account, they're not going to let you do zero DTEs. You can't trade any options on Friday that expire on Friday. You have two IRA accounts with them, large accounts. Okay, you can do anything. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what the cutoff is. I mean, if you know, I know they're trying to control people's risk, but that's gonna keep a lot of traders away from their platform. If they get 30 or 50,000 in there and they can't trade zero DTEs, they're gonna go to another platform if they trade options. You have to have enough money margin assignment for the zero DTE. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I mean, can you still trade spreads though? I mean, spreads is not going to cause an assignment. Simon, you can trade zero DTE, SPX, and SPY. Okay. They're a mutual fund company and they act like one. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's enough about Fidelity. Everybody has their own who they want to trade with, etc. I mean, I don't run into any issues like that, but I'm I have account size that's not going to cause me any issues, but I just don't know a lot of people, like I said, that have moderate sized accounts that want to be able to trade. Yeah, Jacques, that's true. Usually you have to ask to qualify for different levels of qualification, and that's true just on trading options, trading spreads, and everything. You have to fill out a form that you know enough about it to do it, but everybody just fills out the form. They say they do, but apparently they've got some constraints on the zero DTEs, which, by the way, everything that expires today, if you're trading today, any options you trade today is zero DTEs. So others have the same issue, so it's not across the board. I mean, I don't know. Everybody has criteria that they use for being able to qualify to trade options at all, or trade option spreads, or be able to short options naked, puts and calls, and you have to check with the brokerage house. But Thinkorswim lets you do that pretty much as well. Tastyworks does. I trade with Tradier. I don't have any issues with Tradier. I don't know about Scott Trade. I don't know about all them. Interactive brokers shouldn't be a problem easy. You can trade spreads, but you can't open options that expire the same day. So you can't open a spread today that expires today. Is that true? You can't put a debit spread on or a credit spread on that expires today. I mean, right? Huh? I don't understand that, because there is no concern about assignment or something like that. I mean, you've got a spread on, so you're covered. If you get assigned, you can just exercise the other leg, and your loss is what you put into it. That is your maximum loss on a spread is what you paid for the spread. I don't know. I'm sure they have reasons for this. They're trying to protect people, but they're trying to protect themselves mostly. They don't want people to get into a problem and owe them money and not be able to pay them. All right. That being said, I'm going to get some lunch. SPY still it's kind of easing its way up here right now, right up to the 8 exponential moving average, pretty close on the daily. 8 exponential on the SPY right now. Let me show you the chart. All right, so here's where we are. Here's Wednesday. Notice we're just trading inside of this range. Yesterday we traded inside of it. Today we're trying to break out of yesterday's range right here. But you can see what the 8 exponential moving average is. It's at 530.94. Right, so we just went through the 8 exponential moving average with another horizontal resistance there, another horizontal resistance there, and the 15 right there. So there's still more resistance in here that we can run into. Again, this is a treacherous market to try to trade. Grouchy, yeah. When you were with Fidelity, they wouldn't let you do it either. You know, these companies, they set up their criteria that they want to have to protect themselves. They claim they're trying to protect traders. But for option traders, in trading spreads that expire the same day, like on a Friday, it's common practice. And of course, everybody's trading zero DTEs. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but they trade zero DTEs on the SPY and the indexes and stuff. I use them for the SPY Super System. But even at that, when I'm trading the SPY Super System on intraday trades for 5-minute candlestick, once about 1 o'clock comes around, I'm switching over to the next day's expiration, just because I want to mitigate the time decay that occurs in the afternoon. I'm going to get out of the trade that day, but I do use the next day's expiration, pay more for them, but I protect myself for compression or a pullback. All right, so going to get some lunch. Thanks everybody on YouTube for being here today. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Remember, next Friday's a holiday. The market's closed next Friday, so it'll be a short week next week, and we'll see what happens over the weekend. I think there's a press conference at 1 o'clock. I think it's from the administration. I don't know where everybody is, but who knows what they're going to talk about. But I'm sure there'll be questions about tariffs. That's the big thing right now. All right, listen, have a great weekend, everybody in the YouTube world, and we'll see everybody on Monday. Again, if you're interested in participating in my room with the option trading room I've got, SPY Super System, and on the alert service. Haven't doing a lot of alerts lately. I've had to hold back on alerts just because we don't have any direction in the market that we can trade. But do plenty of them with straddles and strangles and worked. We've had a decent month with them. We just haven't had a lot of alerts right now. But we make money, so that's the important thing. So again, yeah, just go to rightlinetrading.com if you want to take a look at being a subscriber for the room or the alert service. They come together, or buying the software. This software right here is the SPY Super System software that lets me know what institutions are doing with this current time frame momentum, multi-time frame momentum, long-term trend. Beautiful piece of software to identify when institutions are in the trade. Nothing stands alone, but it works really well, especially when you use it with a few other indicators. All right, everybody, have a great weekend.